Good morning. Welcome to the 2026 Spring Convocation at the University of Regina. My name is Glennis Sylvester. I'm the University Secretary, and one of the best parts of my job is to oversee Convocation celebrations. As your MC this morning, I'm pleased to welcome you to today's ceremony. It's wonderful that you're taking time to be here with your family and friends to celebrate your graduates' achievement. Today, you will witness them receiving their degrees, diplomas, and certificates. We also welcome those of you from all over the world who are watching the ceremony through our live stream webcast. To begin our celebration, it is my privilege to introduce the thundering, dancing horse drummers and singers who join us to help mark this important milestone in the lives of our graduates. In many Indigenous cultures, the drum is understood as the first sound we ever hear, the steady heartbeat that connects us to life, land, ancestors, and community. When a drum sounds, it calls our spirits forward. It lifts us up. It reminds us that we are never on this journey alone. It is customary to present a gift of tobacco to the drummers and singers as an offering of gratitude and respect for sharing their voices and teachings with us today. Tobacco is a sacred medicine used to acknowledge the spirit of the song and the relationships created here. I now invite Rodney Keewatin to come forward to receive this gift. Let's get started. For those who are able, please rise and welcome our platform party and dignitaries, and of course, our guests of honor, the 2026 graduating class. Graduates, today the thundering dancing horse drummers and singers have gifted you with an honor song. Traditionally, honor songs recognize warriors upon the successful completion of a difficult mission, such as a vision quest or hunt, times when courage, discipline, and perseverance have been called upon. In today's world, we honor that same spirit in the achievements of our graduates. Completing a university degree, diploma, or certificate takes dedication, sacrifice, resilience, and community support. Today's graduates have faced challenges, stretched their abilities, and grown in ways that may not always be visible, but are deeply meaningful. And so as you prepare to step forward into the next chapter of your lives, this honor song was gifted to you to acknowledge where you have been, to celebrate where you stand today, and to encourage you on the path ahead. In this moment, you are our modern-day warriors. Please remain standing and join in the singing of O Canada, led by student vocalist Britton McGonigal.
O Canada, our home, our native land, true patriot love, in all of us command, quand embrasse porter le paix, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Britton. You may be seated. Welcome, graduates and guests. I want to begin today's ceremony by acknowledging that the University of Regina is situated on Treaty 4 lands with a presence in Treaty 6. These are the traditional territories of the Nehiyawak, the Anishinaabe, the Dakota, Lakota, and Nakota peoples, and the homeland of the Métis Michif Nation. We recognize and deeply appreciate the historic and contemporary connection to these lands and are grateful for the ability to meet here today and reaffirm our commitment to truth and reconciliation. You may notice the eagle staff to my left near the back of the stage. The eagle staff is a sacred symbol in many First Nations communities and is often compared to the flag of a nation. It represents identity, respect, peace, and the values of the people it stands for. The University of Regina received this eagle staff in 2017 from Elder Roy Bison and his son Teddy. Its eagle feathers represent the president's and vice president's offices, as well as each of the university's faculties. The staff honors the perseverance of First Nations students, who work hard to strengthen their lives, families, and communities through education. We are honored to include the Eagle staff in this important ceremony, and we are grateful for the responsibilities it reminds us to carry. Next, I'd like to give you an overview of today's celebration. The Convocation ceremony is rich with tradition. We have a number of special guests on stage, many of whom have a specific role during the ceremony. Our Chancellor will bring greetings. We will introduce and present our honorary degree recipient. Following the presentation, our President will give the Convocation address. And then the graduates, one by one, will be introduced and will proceed across the stage. Guests can follow along during the ceremony by referencing the digital program using the QR code displayed on the large screen. Note that each graduate has also received a paper copy of the program to commemorate this special day. I would also like to make a couple of housekeeping announcements. We expect the ceremony to take no longer than about 2 hours, so about the same as watching a movie in the theater. And similar to that situation, you need to stay to see how it ends. It is important that graduates and guests remain to the end of the program to celebrate the accomplishments of all our graduates crossing the stage today. In addition, there will be opportunity for photographs of your graduate in their regalia after the ceremony prior to graduates returning their gowns. So please remain in your seats during the ceremony to avoid blocking the view of other guests. It is now my pleasure to introduce some of our special guests who will take part in this morning's ceremony. I will ask them to please rise and remain standing as they are introduced. I ask that the audience please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Dr. Stephen King, Senior Researcher to the President and Orator. Emily McNair, Lecturer in the Hill Levine School of Business and Orator. Dr. Aziz Douai, Dean of Graduate Studies and Research. Dr. Harold Reamer, Dean of Kinesiology and Health Studies. Dr. Robin Evans, Interim Dean of Nursing. Professor Krista McLean, Dean of Nursing, Health Sciences and Community Services at Saskatchewan Polytechnic. Dr. Kathy Rock, Dean of Social Work. Dr. Marlene McNabb, Associate Professor of Indigenous Social Work at First Nations University of Canada. Dr. Sophie Godet, Doyenne de la Cité Universitaire Francophone. Dr. Anna Hughes, Registrar. Dr. Jeff Keshin, President and Vice Chancellor. Cadmus Delorme, Chancellor. Dr. David Gregory, Interim Provost and Vice President Academic. Brad Crasweller, Member of the Legislative Assembly for White City, Qu'Appelle. Dr. Robert Stedward, Honorary Degree Candidate. Dr. Chris Yost, Vice President Research. Diane Ford, Vice President Administration. Dr. Tom Phoenix, President of Luther College. Dr. Ramona Nekwe, Vice President Academic of First Nations University of Canada. Mark Budekoffer, representing the University of Regina Alumni Association. Haroon Chaudhry, Associate Vice President International and Grand Marshal. Others on the platform include board members, former honorary degree recipients, university senators and former chancellors, faculty members, and members of the leadership team of the University of Regina and its federated colleges. I will ask all of these individuals to also rise and be recognized. Let's welcome all of these special guests to this morning's ceremony. Platform party, you may be seated. I now call upon our Chancellor, Cadmus Delorme, to bring greetings.
Tanse, bonjour, hello. To the platform party, to MLA, Brad, our honorary degree recipient, to parents, elders, guests, and most importantly, our graduates. I want to thank the Thundering Dancing Horse Drum Group and our O Canada vocalist for starting us off in a good way. Graduates, today is not just a finish line. It's proof that you kept going. In the Naheawan language, in the Cree Indigenous language, there's a word called akameamuk. It means keep going, don't give up. Each of you sit in Convocation today because you exercised akameamuk. Every graduate, when you cross this stage, every one of you have a small army behind you. I thank your families, your elders, your faculty, your staff, and your supporters. The University of Regina grounds itself in the Treaty 4 and the Treaty 6 territories and names reconciliation as a strategic priority. A degree from this institution carries responsibility. Responsibility to serve truth, a responsibility to repair relationships, and a responsibility to build trust. The University of Regina's 2026 to 2035 strategic plan is called Together We Serve. It's centered around learning, discovery, community partnerships, reconciliation, and innovation. Your education is not only something you earned, it is something you now carry into service. Graduates, you are entering a messy world. AI, climate pressure, division, cost of living stress, trust gaps. Our world does not need louder people. It needs steadier people. Graduates, we are proud of what you have accomplished. Now go make us proud with what you will do with it. As your Chancellor, congratulations. And I now declare the annual spring convocation of the University of Regina open. Teniki.
Eminent Chancellor, President Keshen, distinguished guests, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Bob Stedward, honorary degree recipient at today's ceremony. It is a particular honor for me to introduce Bob today because at Luther College, we are proud to claim him as one of our own. Bob was born in Eston, Saskatchewan, and completed his high school years at Luther College High School in Regina. And from those Saskatchewan beginnings, his life and work would eventually reach far beyond this province, far beyond Canada, and even around the world. But I want to begin with something a little more basic than the list of honors, because this list that he has of honors is long. It's very long, and I've been told I only have 3 minutes. Bob Stedward is a living example of what we hope education can produce. At Luther College, our mission speaks of preparing students to be compassionate, creative, and critical thinkers through academic excellence and a community of care rooted in our call to love and serve our neighbors. Our vision asks students not simply to succeed for themselves, but to use their gifts in ways that make the world more just, more generous, and more humane. Bob has done exactly that. He saw people with disabilities being denied opportunities in sport, competition, and public life. And he did not treat that exclusion as normal. He did not accept a small world for others simply because that was the world that they had inherited. Instead, he helped build something better. As a professor, researcher, coach, administrator, and advocate at the University of Alberta, Bob helped establish what is now the Stedward Centre for Personal and Physical Achievement, a world-leading model in adapted physical activity. That work opened doors for athletes and community members who had too often been told, directly or indirectly, that certain spaces were not meant for them. Then, in 1989, Bob became the founding president of the International Paralympic Committee. To found an international movement requires more than administrative skill. It requires imagination. It requires persistence. It requires courage. And it requires a deep belief that the dignity and potential of people must be recognized not only with words, but in structures, institutions, and opportunities. During his 12 years as president, Bob helped bring together organizations from around the world and helped to establish a permanent international home for the Paralympic movement. He helped strengthen the relationship between the Paralympic and Olympic movements, and in so doing, helped change how the world understands athletic excellence, disability, inclusion, and human possibility. His honors tell part of the story. The Companion of the Order of Canada, the Alberta Order of Excellence, the International Paralympic Order, the King Charles III Coronation Medal, honorary degrees, and induction into multiple halls of fame. And earlier this year, Bob was gifted a Cree name and honorary headdress by the community of Muskwasis, and for his decades of work for supporting Indigenous communities and people living with disabilities. But the deeper story is not simply what Bob received. It's what he has contributed. He has contributed hope, opportunity, and a wider understanding of the human spirit. And that matters today, especially for the graduates seated before us. Convocation is rightly a celebration of achievement, but it is also a beginning. Bob Stedward's life reminds us that achievement becomes truly meaningful when it is directed towards service. Skill matters, education matters, leadership matters, but they matter most when they're used to widen the path for others. Bob has said that the real measure of a life well lived, is not how much we accumulate, but by how much we contribute. That is a good message for any convocation. It is an especially good message today. So, with deep gratitude for his example, and with a particular pride in his connection to Luther College, I am honored to introduce Dr. Robert Stedward, Luther alumnus, teacher, builder, advocate, global leader, and true champion of inclusion. Eminent Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Robert Daniel Stedward and ask that you confer to him the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Robert, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province and with the consent of the Senate of this university, I consent to admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Wow, it's quiet in here. Eminent Chancellor, President Keshen, distinguished guests, very proud families, and most important, our graduates today. Thank you. I am deeply, deeply honored to receive this Honorary Doctor of Laws degree from the University of Regina, to be welcomed into your community on a day so full of meaning and momentum is a privilege I will carry with me for the rest of my life. Graduates, today is a moment of culmination, but more importantly, it is a moment of future possibilities. You have reached a milestone shaped by late nights, early mornings, challenging papers and examinations, and perhaps a few cups of strong coffee along the way. You have earned this moment, and you have also earned what will come next: the right to imagine your future of courage, creativity, and conviction. The world you are stepping into is changing rapidly, continuously, and dramatically, with climate change, technological changes, political environments, and cultural changes. At times, it can feel overwhelming, but change is not something to fear. With change comes your incredible opportunity. History teaches us that it is the moments of change that innovation is born and movements of justice take root. Speaking of opportunity, it is not just handed to you. It is about what you create. Some of the greatest breakthroughs and transformations have come not from those with the most resources, but from those with vision. You do not need permission to imagine something better. You do not need a perfect plan to begin. What you need is a willingness to try, to fail, and to begin again. As I stand here, I want to talk to you not just about opportunity and achievement, but about something more powerful: hope. Hope is what moves us forward when we are uncertain, when the path ahead is unclear. It is the quiet voice inside of you that says, keep going. It shows up in classrooms, in hospitals, in homes, in boardrooms, in laboratories, and in community centers. Hope is what happens when you take the knowledge you have gained here and use it not just to succeed, but to serve. With hope, each of you has a chance to give back. Not someday, but now. To advocate for those whose voices are not always heard. To mentor, to volunteer, to lead with compassion. And I promise you this: when you give back, you get much more than you can ever imagine, because the real measure of a life well lived is not how much you accumulate, it is how much you contribute. The University of Regina has prepared you to make a difference. That is what the world needs. That is what your community needs. People who combine talent with humility, ambition with empathy, and vision with action. So take your degree, take your dreams, and take your deep belief in what is possible. Go out there and write the future that you want to live in. And when it gets hard, remember you are not alone. You are part of a long, proud tradition of the University of Regina graduates who are building better communities, one choice, one voice, and one act of kindness at a time. Congratulations, class of 2026. I cannot wait to see what each of you do after today. Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor Delorme, Governor of Saskatchewan, Representative Brad Cresswell, our MLA for White City Capel, honored guests, and most important, our graduates. Graduates, hands up from nursing, please. David, stand up. Our Provost, David Gregory, who has served this university with such incredible distinction for so many years. And nurses, I want to see you give him a big cheer. He is the founding dean of the Faculty of Nursing, one of our largest faculties today. All of us would not be here if it wasn't for this absolutely wonderful gentleman who's retiring at this last convocation ceremony. So, at this convocation ceremony began, y'all heard a land acknowledgement expressing our commitment to pursue reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. Peoples who for centuries confronted, as we know, injustice, especially their forced removal from the lands from which they derived sustenance and which they long held and they still hold a deep spiritual connection. Now, Glennis gave that land acknowledgement also in its longer form, as many of you have heard at the University of Regina. It also notes that the territories upon which we are so privileged to gather today, they are shared by diverse people who come to this absolutely beautiful province from near and from far. Words that really speak to the tremendous stake that we all have really in working together to understand the truth of our collective past, and from that knowledge, as Dr. Stedward said, build a better future in which we really do try to listen and learn from each other. Those ideals are so core to education, to understand, not to fear different ideas or different people. At the U of R, we've been pursuing that noble goal for more than half a century as an independent institution. We actually go back all the way to 1911. But as universities, as independent universities go, we are still young. But you'd never know that from today with 17,000 students who had our incredible growth from local to national to international impact. Among our nearly 17,000 students, more than 3,000 come to us from around the world to this very, very special place, to Saskatchewan, a land of always a land of hope, into which immigrants had long flooded, searching for a better life, often escaping persecution and poverty. Something so proudly proclaimed on our official provincial motto, the most uplifting, I would say the most Canadian of all. From many, many people comes strength. Scattered over a vast and often lonely and harsh frontier was created, we all feel it, a real strong sense of community, of interconnectedness, that produced inspiring leaders revered for championing not just some, but for all Canadians. I'll mention one person that probably most of you don't know, maybe some of you do, from Prince Albert of Saskatchewan, John George Diefenbaker, who in his younger days as a crusading lawyer against a flood of prejudice that engulfed this nation during the Second World War. He was but just a handful of public figures defending Japanese Canadians from being interned during the Second World War. And later, as our Prime Minister for 6 years, he introduced Canada's first Bill of Rights, protecting fundamental freedoms for every single one of us. So why, graduates, do I bring up these points? Why do I bring up this province? Why do I bring up these people? It is because today, we've heard it before, we are living in a world rapidly being changed by technology. One where, I hear it all the time, AI. It pretends incredible speed in how we receive and how we obtain information. But it does threaten our ability to discern truth and remain connected as that community, where it seems the seduction, the sophistication of technology have become constant companions, where we go to the mall and we see people getting a greater interaction with their phone than with each other, and more emboldened sometimes, as we know, to express themselves, sometimes in the most extreme ways, behind the protection of the computer screen. In a world where mind-boggling amounts of information are available just at the click of a mouse, just at the swipe of a screen, where the farthest reaches of our planet are linked through cyberspace, and yet, sadly, it is a world where we see more and more people feeling lonely, disconnected, more comfortable in the virtual world, where social media and the fragmentation of sources from which we obtain information create more than ever a populace without common, broad understandings and points of agreement will constitute civil society or even universally accepted facts. You, our graduating class today, a group of healers, and you create community. Which brings me today to what is essential to your education and what we celebrate today, and through you, our hope to tackle these challenges, to know that information, it doesn't mean fact, to recognize the need for human, not just virtual interaction, to really deeply value our sense of community, and remember that technology is always a tool. It is not an end unto itself. Yeah, it is true. Technology innovation will always be essential to the world of tomorrow. But graduates, remember, every breakthrough, every triumph to date has been the product of people, and it will be the case that all of you, people, determine destiny. Here at university, we have championed, and we will always champion, learning through interaction with multiple perspectives, learning among people who have diverse experiences, who challenge each other, but always, we hope, with civility and respect, and to embrace our university, our institutional motto of service to the communities that support and surround us. Now, in my role as president, I have the privilege of learning about, and in many cases, meeting people from across this beautiful, beautiful province, and indeed from around the world. There are many who have inspired me. One is a graduate from the University of Regina, Brad Horning. Brad was a hockey player. He was destined to be selected in the first round of the 1987 NHL entry draft. He was 18 years old. He was finishing his time up with the Regina Pats. He was facing a bright and really, really successful future. One of his very last games, he had a catastrophic injury that left him a quadriplegic. Brad received an honorary doctorate from the University of Regina in June 2018. And he talked to the graduates, he talked to all of you about that absolutely horrifying, tragic experience. What was an incredibly poignant speech. He told all of you, and I will read to you. The bad news is, and all of us have had this, the bad news is that unpleasant things are going to happen to you at one time or another in your lives. Sadly, that is a fact. But there's good news. The good news is that you all have the strength within you to face those challenges in ways that you cannot even imagine right now. Happily, that is also a fact. I don't mean to make them cry. I do my best. That is also a fact. It gets better, it gets happier. And that is the most important one to remember. Brad is right. In your life, you're gonna have difficult days. Days that are going to be of tremendous challenge and pain and heartbreak and loss. In those dark times, each and every one of you, I know, we know, are going to find something in yourself to move on in a positive way. As humans, we are remarkably fragile and we are vulnerable. But you know what? We're all remarkably resilient as well. Brad, after whom our accommodations test center is named, he passed away far too young in 2022. But he still acts as an example to all of us about courage and perseverance, of never underestimating yourself, and of always moving forward despite any obstacle you may face. Others come to mind on a day like this. When it comes to educational leaders, I take the time to look around their office to the things that they exhibit with pride. Across vastly different places, the display of inspirational quotes relating to the importance of learning and the values that those educational leaders would like to see imparted, they always figure prominently. I was at a high school in Colombo, Sri Lanka. The principal displayed words from a 20th century entrepreneur, an author, and motivational speaker who told all of us to be strong, but not rude, to be kind, but not weak, to be humble, but not timid, to be proud, but never arrogant. And then I was at a high school in a small Saskatchewan town, and I met a principal for whom the following quote, usually attributable to an ancient Chinese philosopher, provided wisdom to guide life. Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, because they become habits. Watch your habits, because they become your character. Watch your character, for they become your destiny. What y'all think we can become. Now, common to all these examples that all of you as individuals, you are masters of your behavior. And as Dr. Stedward said, those who learn to adapt, who demonstrate initiative, who show up, who always model integrity, and are fueled by the unshakable belief that determination yields results, to those people, the future, no matter what it will bring you, will be a place of excitement and potential and possibilities and optimism. Graduates, you have all demonstrated incredible talent and potential to get to this day of wonderful celebration, which is the launching point to even greater things that can await you. Life is going to present you with numerous future pathways and opportunities. You know there are no guarantees. But no matter the setback, there is always a way back. There are always lessons to learn. And as all of us on this stage know, there's always the opportunity to do better the next time. In any circumstance that will face you, search for and pursue those things which give you meaning. Look for those things that you love to do. They will always be there in any circumstance. I'll finish with another hockey player. Gordie Howe. He's among the greatest of all hockey players. He rose from superstardom from very humble beginnings in a place called Floral, Saskatchewan, marked only by a grain elevator and a postal outlet. He received an honorary doctorate from the University of Regina in 1997. His professional career, 34 years, 800 goals. What does he tell us? You gotta love what you're doing. If you love it, you can overcome any handicap or all the soreness and all the aches and pains, and all of you, like him, can continue to play for a long, long time. Your university education has opened up infinite pathways to incredible futures, endless ways to make a meaningful impact. Your education has given you the knowledge that happiness comes from the belief that what you are doing makes a difference, helps to improve things, and in that spirit, it advances knowledge and kindness and understanding and empathy. And graduates, that is especially important today. In a world that instantly connects us across vast, vast distances, but on the other, threatens to make us more isolated, suspicious, and increasingly prone to misinformation and manipulation. In meeting these challenges, embrace what these very special years here at the U of R have taught you. That as a diverse people, in all of our views, in all of our experiences, and in all of our solutions, we really do benefit from each other. That for many people, there comes strength. Congratulations, graduates. Drive forward to a better future for you and for all those that you can touch and motivate and who we know you can inspire. Well done, everybody.
Thank you, President Keshen. And now, for the main event, the presentation of graduates. Eminent Chancellor, I present to you the graduates to be named, on whom you have conferred the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which they are entitled.
Graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the Senate of this university, I have admitted you to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which you are entitled, and have invested with you all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto. I now charge you to use these powers, rights, and privileges with honor and integrity as one who serves.
As we prepare to individually present the graduates in attendance, I would like to acknowledge the achievement of the graduates whose names appear in the official program, but who are not present at today's ceremony. Please join me in acknowledging these graduates.
The Doctor of Philosophy is the highest academic degree conferred at our university. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Dean Dr. Aziz Douai, I present to you the following graduates who are receiving a Doctor of Philosophy through the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. Receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Kinesiology and Health Studies, thesis titled Effects of High Repetition Resistance Band Training and Nutritional Supplementation in Untrained Healthy Adults greater than or equal to 50 years of age, Dr. Jessica Lugood. Receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Kinesiology and Health Studies, thesis titled Effect of Creatine Monohydrate Supplementation Strategies and Resistance Training in Trained Young Healthy Adults, Dr. Scott Mills. Receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Kinesiology and Health Studies, thesis titled Effects of High Repetition Resistance Band Training and Creatine Monohydrate Supplementation Strategies in Untrained Healthy Adults greater than or equal to 50 years of age, Dr. Flavia Rusterholz. I now present to you the following graduates who are receiving master's degrees through the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. Akua Amawa. Deyefa Ate. Bonnie Marco. Samira Stearns. Master of Social Work, Brooke Bighead. Ken Bodferson. Jenna Corcoran. Rana James. Allison Leedahl. Jennifer Noble. Jacqueline Quinn. Jennifer Samioa. Charlotte Sisson Cabrera. Miranda Tarnas. Elizabeth Winfield. Eminent Chancellor, I present Reagan Toney. Reagan is receiving a Master of Social Work. Reagan is also the recipient of the Governor General's Academic Gold Medal, which will be presented later in the ceremony. Please join us in congratulating our graduates from the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Dean Dr. Harold Reamer, I present to you the following graduates who are receiving bachelor degrees, diplomas, and certificates through the Faculty of Kinesiology and Health Studies. Bachelor of Health Studies, Dhruvi Darpan Bhatt. With great distinction, Carter Goghil. Chiamaka Stephanie Eke. Joshua Fontaine. Brooke Henderson. Kayla Gusway. Chinenye Abibuchi. Ethan Jaster. With distinction, Jada Leese. Deborah Samtuchukwo Nauki. Sorry. Victor Orji. Kayan Patel. Kriya Navdeet Bey Patel. Justin Rieger. Caitlin Robertson. Bachelor of Kinesiology, Alexandria Adrian Bergen. Yonat Bieber-Mann. With great distinction, Kira Christensen. With great distinction, Gracie Christensen. Zachary Shada. Trey DeDecker. Tavneet Dhaliwal. With great distinction, Peyton Enns. With great distinction, Michaela Exner. Prabjot Gagra. Kieran Gelowitz. Aiden Gursky. Lucas Melnick. Athena Naquinto. Shama Akuosa. Happy Ashvin Kumar Patel. Hetvi Nilesh Kumar Patel. Neil Peters. Brett Peterson. Brooklyn Quinney. With great distinction, Shaylee Scraba. With great distinction, Madison Seda. Mia Wang. Jenna Weldon. Bachelor of Kinesiology Honors. With honors, Ritika Panchal. Bachelor of Sport and Recreation Studies, Amy Alexander. Annika Badowski. With distinction, Madeline Bray. Morgan Calladine. Dominic Daly. With distinction, Abby Fitchter. Abigail Froome. Viola Joseph. Madison Polachek. Micah Tanyard. Diploma in Health Studies. Ayindasola Abitola Abiodun. Ayomid Adewale Aluko. Rukayet Ajibed. Ayomiko Adefa Akintode. Judith Chukwura. Marie Uriel Domingo. Daniela Gamo. Olamipozi Obiwanjumi. Kingsley Obafemi Idiamen. Oluwaponmil Aniola. Bright Falana. Kushi Garg. Oluchukwu Miracle Ibekwe. Tolulupe Ifja. Safar KC. Harmanpreet Kaur. Harshpreet Kaur. Harwinder Kaur. Jasmine Kaur. Jaspinder Kaur. Jasveer Kaur. Jivan Kaur. Lovepreet Kaur. Pawanveer Kaur. Anthony Chukwu Nen. Nyene. Oluchi Theodora Nananmire. Idowu Olesebikan. Opeolua Oni. Angela Onike. Precious Orsamwinge. Okay. Isha Nakishorabe Porek. Dia Patel. Healy Jitendra Patel. Kinjal Bhaveshbhai Patel. Raji. Nitka Rani. Oleinka Kudirat Salami. Vishwa Pankakumar. Okay, Shukla, sorry. Arya Mandeep Singh. Dhruvi Harishbai Suva. Chioma Ugwu. Certificate in Health Studies. Almeida Apod. Christelle Marie Bartolo. Hikma Adebolu Buseri. Reynol Jemsil D'Souza. Nosakher Eigator. Kizito Kosisona Azebe. Harriman Ezeka. Abiola Famuyiwa. Rose Frimpong. Masi Miracle Gabdeke. Solochi Divine Favor Gabdiki. Marvin Goodluck. Selena Huyn. Favor Nwaneri. Osemu Diamen Faith Oduk Paye. Gloria Ofori. Oyindamola Flourish Ogurinde. Nozi Odininachi Okechukwu. Chinaza Okoli. Chibuzor Onwumir. Florence Quenu. Sylvina Tweniwa. Precious Ula. George Yavu. Rupinder Kaur. Karen Preet Singh. Eminent Chancellor, I present Dylan Cease. Dylan is receiving a Bachelor of Kinesiology in Human Kinetics with great distinction. Dylan is also the recipient of the following Convocation Awards: the Faculty of Kinesiology and Health Studies Dean's Medal, which is presented to a student graduating with a first degree who has demonstrated both leadership and academic achievement in the Faculty of Kinesiology and Health Studies, and the University Prize in Kinesiology and Health Studies, which is awarded to the most distinguished graduate in the faculty receiving a first degree. With great distinction, Dylan Cease. Please join us in congratulating our graduates from the Faculty of Kinesiology and Health Studies.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Interim Dean, Dr. Robin Evans, I present to you the following graduands who are receiving a Bachelor of Science in Nursing through the Faculty of Nursing. Jerry Marianne Abellera. Olobunmi Adeoti. Ariane Augustin. With distinction, Sami Ahmad. Sheila Alcrow. Adina Ali. Jada Alex. Hayam Al-Mohammed. Emily Amor Cole. Ibian Rev Gapi Anastasio. Karina Anderson. Lenita Anthony. Jasper Arundella. Uchenna Arinze. Nikki Arno. Piper Ast. Jordan Berg. With distinction, Kaylee Bunga. Avery Bankowski. With distinction, Sarah Bardu. Lauren Barsness. Haley Bartel. Haley Beauchesne. With distinction, Benjamin Beck McKenzie. Erinola Bijide. Hillary Bolt. Shay Britton. Maracia Brockman. Zoe Brooks. Jada Byers. Emma Carter. Marin Casemore. Mafe Grace Castillo. Connor Chirpin. Carrie Ann Christensen. David Chukwunonso. Anna Clapson. Declan Cosford. Dave Hero Ramir Cruz. Braden Cushway. Christine Dang. Gracie Derechuk. Naomi Davis. Samantha Delanoy. Clydell de Monteverde. With distinction, Emma Dermody. Alexis Dewey. Jessica Sarah Didich. Demi Doblas. Gracie Duan. Natalia Dovey. Georgina Doyle. Brianna Dewick. With distinction, Hillary Joba. Alexis Elder. With distinction, Esose Esiigbe. With distinction, Taylor Ewart. Sylvia Fa. Alexandria Filou. Jane Fingler. Tiffany Forrest. Kate Foster. Ravneet Gahir. Jana Eliza Galarita. Bernstein Glenn Galnawan. With distinction, Molly Garnham. Emma Gebhardt. Peyton Goldade. Cassandra Gorniak. Darvin Guercio. With great distinction, Madison Guittard. With distinction, Kendra Hayter. J.C. Hannon. Brianne Hoffman. Carly Hooper. Autumn Horvath. Lexi Radecki. Emma Harding. Brooklyn Hextall. Haley Huber. With distinction, Kara Irvine. Joy Isu. Alyssa Jackson. Amber Jonette. Lindsay Johnson. Gagandeep Kalai. Kerrigan Kaminsky. Simranpreet Kaur. Naomi Kent. Bailey Kenway. Leah Kleisinger. Arden Kleewer. Christina Klus. Lillian Knutson. Michelle Knutson. Kaylin Coburg. Christine Kong. Yema Congo. Kayla Kermy. Victoria Keawa. Lauren Lenvoy. Amber Lara. Alyssa Jane Lascano. Tegan Livingston. Emily Lucas Wilcox. With distinction, Aidan Lombard. Bryn Lyon. Nancy Mack. With distinction, Olivia Mack. Alexia McNaughton. Jane Frances Magallano. Ashton Makuch. Katlin Joy Hippolito Malagaya. Wesley Menig. Amy Martell. Zoe Matthews. Duncan McInnes. Rebecca McClellan. Nolan Milnthorpe. Samir Mohammadbran. Chidera Wakori. Atanuge Ogedegbe. With distinction, Keely Olson. Jessica O'Neill. Titilayu Oraniyi. Ahia Zuanwo Oringanje. Jemima Owusu. Camille Joy Pagulayan. Nikki Papa Constantinou. Haley Parker. Sarah Patel. Shrusti Patel. Faith Peacock. Shakia Pierce. Rory Petrichuk. McKenna Patrician. Alyssa Pippin. Jade Probe. Michael Puto. Christian Merrill Ramos. Mackenzie Reed. Lacey Robbins. Brianni Rubin. McKenna Sackman. Christian Jofel Samano. Jayla San Jose. With distinction, Alyssa Soretsky. Sterling Sawchuk. Emily Schneider. Hannah Sexsmith. Ella Shenher. Casey Schober. With distinction, Tiza Silversides. Robin Skirton. Shayna Soto. Liam Straker. Madison Switzer. Caitlin Satkowski. Cassie Zell. With distinction, Megan Tamayor. With distinction, Lexi Tessier. Braylon Thon. Dylan Kyla Thomas. Denise Faith Torizzo. Rochelle Toth. Dalton Tran. Umama Turfa. Tursin Turk Braithwaite. Kaya Turnbull. Uche Umeana. Amanda Valentine. Alexandra Vizintianu. Alexis Wagner. Cassie Walters. Kiara Whitehead. Adalgo Williams. Jaylin Wazolek. Taiwan Yi. Jiki Young. Eminent Chancellor, I present Madison White. Madison is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Nursing with great distinction. Madison is also the recipient of the College of Registered Nurses of Saskatchewan Gold Medal for Excellence in Clinical Practice, which is awarded to a graduate from the Saskatchewan Collaborative Bachelor of Science in Nursing program who demonstrates excellence in clinical practice. With great distinction, Madison White. Eminent Chancellor, I present Sarah Kozan. Sarah is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Nursing with distinction. Sarah is also the recipient of the Faculty of Nursing and School of Nursing's Dean's Medal, which recognizes the achievements of an outstanding graduate in the faculty receiving a first degree. With distinction, Sarah Kozan. Please join us in congratulating all of the graduates from the Faculty of Nursing. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Dean, Dr. Kathy Rock, I present to you the following graduands who are receiving bachelor's degrees and diplomas through the Faculty of Social Work. Bachelor of Indigenous Social Work, Anna Ahenekiu. Emma Lynn Ambler. Laura Barton. Michelle Burns. Alexis Chamberlain. Krista Daniels. Jordan Desjardins. Richard Dumais. Kelsey Glass. Tiffany Hansen. Tiffany Hill. Chelsea Huntley. Jayla Casius. Haley Kimbley. Callie Maurice Janvier. Edna Bonnie Nippy. Kyla Primo. Jasmine Rediron. Danielle Thomas. Michelle Throsey. Riley Weenie. Melissa Whitecap. Jonathan Whitestar. Alyssa Woodrow. Bachelor of Social Work, Oluwakemi Adebayo. Naja Ali. Opeyemi Eluge. Candace Andrews. Marianne Aimee Anonuevo. Selma Risa Babini. Kaylee Baston. Anna Bouchard. Julia Bélanger. Cameron Black. Oluwumi Bolaji. Kaylee Brooks. Shayla Burnoof. Brittany Campbell. Kristen Canning. Jana Carey. Sarah Casey. Leanne Charles. Jenna Cote. Jetta Crone. Brooke Deshane. Ian Dixon. Natalia Dominguez Lozano. Paige Downing. Brooke Ebach. Rehema Ebinga. Piper Evans. Alyssa Fair. Carrie-Ann Fast. Aaron Fadak. Faith Fidek. Paige Ford. Jordan Fox. Megan Fraze. Deanna Gardapi. Rachel Giesbrecht. Naomi Grandel. Jonathan Grant. Haley Griffith. Kai Hadland. Lauren Hall. Allison Hand. Emma Harris. Lauren Hergott. Catherine Hobman. Kiana Hancock. Ella Hopkins. Tori Huber. Mackenzie Hugh. Vanessa Hunter. Kayla Judge. Kimberly Kaufman. Daylin Cater. Crystal Sarovi. Cassandra Kapitko. Julie Koroluk. Charlotte Kiplane. Zachary Lavallee. Kelly Leader. Charlie Lee. Lola Lee. Allison Lemon. Shelley Lobb. Tegan Marion. Yvonda Marshall. Tanya Maxwell. Jaden Mays. Mandy McCammond. Leah McSimmons. Alyssa Meyer. Brooklyn Montaigne. Sarah Morales Blanco. Kosovare Marina. Nahida. Samantha Babirie Nalumansi. Sheila Night Traveler. Nora Njukang Nakemba. Jillian Nogue. Wendy Newell. Abisola Odumosu. Rena Olave. Caitlin Pfeiffer. Madison Renner. Desiree Rutten. Wilfred Sampson. Victoria Sandberg. Isabel Shaber. Emmanuel Schiller. Jessica Schneider. Matthew Shep. Shirley Siwap. Taylor Shingoose. Candace Smith. Grace Smith. Vanessa Smith. Megan Stamen. Tyler Targerson Jones. Therese Thomas. Grace Tucker. Do Tui Ha Tran. Caitlin Tremblay. Keva Tulp. Julia Ulrich. Teresa Vasluk. Erica Workin. Tessa Whalen. Xander Woodley. Bryn Watney. Colton Uzichipi. Taylor Zaishley. Riley Zbitnoff. Heidi Zwak. Diploma of Indigenous Social Work, Chase Asapace. Eminent Chancellor, I present Darla Clancy. Darla is receiving a Bachelor of Social Work. Darla is also the recipient of the following Convocation Awards: the Faculty of Social Work Dean's Medal, which is presented to a graduate who has demonstrated both leadership and academic achievement in the Faculty of Social Work, and the University Prize in Social Work, which is awarded to the most distinguished graduate in the faculty receiving a first degree. Darla Clancy. Please join us in graduating all of the graduates from the Faculty of Social Work.
Right here. This is it? Yep. Good morning, everyone. My name is Chris Yost, and I'm the Vice President of Research at the University of Regina. And it's my great honor and privilege to be able to announce the Governor General's Academic Gold Medal. The Governor General's Academic Gold Medal recognizes the outstanding academic performance of a graduate student. And I will always say, when I have the opportunity, that graduate students are the engines that drive the research on this campus. The decision of the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research Scholarship and Awards Committee is based on the quality of the thesis or exhibition, external examiner's report, quality of the defense, coursework, grad students work hard, cumulative grade point average, publications, and presentations deriving directly from the research done for the thesis or exhibition and on awards received. The pool of applicants included graduate students who applied for the graduation at spring convocation or who graduated at the previous fall convocation. This year's recipient of the Governor General's Gold Medal is Reagan Tony, who is graduating today with a Master of Social Work. Reagan's master's research focused on individuals in the process of recovery from substance abuse use and their experience of their relationship with their drug of choice. Graduating with an average of 92.4%, Reagan's impressive thesis, titled In Search of Home, Exploring Addiction and Recovery Narratives Through the Lens of Attachment, is just one aspect of the time she spent at University of Regina. Reagan was a significant contributor to the culture in the Faculty of Social Work, serving as an active member of a faculty-wide support group for thesis students and providing mentorship to fellow students. During Reagan's program, she maintained employment at the Youth Mental Health and Addiction Services as a social worker, managing the demands of being a single parent and an active community member with her social work program requirements. Reagan's supervisor, Dr. Kara Fletcher, was deeply impressed by her scholarship and breadth of knowledge presented in her thesis, comparing it to what would typically be found in a PhD thesis. Please join me in congratulating Reagan Tony on this outstanding achievement. Please join us. Great job, great job, great
Take
job.
a photo.
Okay.
Well done. Too proud. Outstanding. Are you continuing? Yeah. Wonderful. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Reagan. Congratulations once again to all of today's graduates, platform party dignitaries, and guests. Let's give a round of applause to the Spring 2026 graduating class. And now, for those who are able, please rise for the departure of the platform party and special guests. Thank you for joining us today. Graduates, please note that the marshals will soon direct you to the nearest exit. I would ask guests in the bleachers to please be patient. You can even sit down to allow graduates to exit the venue first before you make your way down the bleacher stairs. I hope you do take time to look around campus, take some photos, and enjoy further celebration with your graduates. Graduates, note that the president and many of the deans will be available in the atrium for photo opportunities as well. This concludes our ceremony. Have a wonderful day, everyone.